that the debris from the spot is clear. At least that entire passage is free of debris. There's a last section of the pipe that needs to be connected, a welding process that may take about 1 or 2 hours, and that's when the final process of pulling those workers out on the stretchers will start. It will not happen in one go. One by one, slowly and steadily, those stretchers will be pulled out. There's a mock drill by the National Disaster, the NDRF team that has already been done on the ground, and that's the reason why you see the NDRF teams actually inching closer. They'll be the ones who will pull out those stretchers. International workers, rescuers have worked along with the team, multiple agencies that have been involved in this operation. Chief Minister is camping near the rescue site. More importantly, there are special stretch of roads that have been repaired and constructed just to ensure that as and when those ambulances move and they want to reach a hospital, the roads are in good condition. In the hilly region, in the mountainous state, sometimes it can be a tricky situation, especially when it comes to the concerns regarding the road. And this is one of the areas which has its own set of challenges as far as geography is concerned. And that is why with those porous mountains, it's rat mining for the last segment of that drilling and clearing the debris that has been tried. American auger machine that was installed there, it broke a couple of times. And then after that, for the last segment, it's the manual drilling process which is on. Anshul back with us on the broadcast. Anshul, ambulance is inching closer. We see the NDRF workers who have moved closer to the rescue site. Stretchers I see which are being pulled out and the ambulances are being prepared. Tell us what's happening on the ground.
So yes, the last minute preparations, as I've been saying, the groundwork that we were waiting to see, that groundwork is happening at this point of time. The ambulances are finally going inside. The things that will be needed inside for the first aid of the people who would be taken out, all those things are being taken inside just to make sure that if at all any person complains of anything, they could be given at the very first moment as they complain of it. And hence we are seeing that these stretchers and everything, the hospital equipment, the first aid equipment is being taken inside in the ambulances. So yes, the entire plan is now in action. The groundwork, the last leg of this operation is in action. Breakthrough has been achieved. That is the biggest and the most positive story that we have reported over the last 17 days. The breakthrough has been achieved. It is just a matter of the next few meters for the pipe to be pushed through, and once that pipe is pushed through, people will start coming out. So yes, the last minute preparations are on. The things that will be required inside the tunnel that are being sent inside at this point in time. Ambulances have been lined up right outside the tunnel. In fact, if I could just show you around over here, the kind of aura, the kind of environment that has been given positivity over here as well, on how the locals who are waiting over here, these locals are now all have gathered over here to see that magical operation come to an end, where all these people will be taken out. These are the local peoples, the local workers, their friends and families have been stuck inside this tunnel for the last 17 days. All of them are now out of their rooms. All of them are waiting to see, just to get those magical visuals where their friends, their colleagues will finally start coming out within the next few hours. In fact, right above in that building as well, you can see the excitement that can be seen over here. Each and every person is absolutely excited. Each and every person knows how the operation has worked over the last 17 days. How many people, more than 1,000 people, have worked round the clock to make this dream a reality, and this is becoming a reality as we are speaking at this point in time. So you can imagine the kind of work, the kind of passion, the kind of pain that these people had because their family members were stuck, their colleagues were stuck inside the tunnel for the last 70 days. And now finally the last leg of the operation is underway. Breakthrough has been achieved. The pipe is being welded at this point in time. The pipe will be drilled through, and once the drilling operation ends, then finally these people will start coming out. Everyone has their phones out, their cameras on, because each and every person wants to capture this historical moment when 41 lives will be taken out from the tunnel with utmost safety, making sure that the people who were stuck inside for the last 41 days, they remained motivated. This was the biggest task. This was the biggest task in hand of the rescuers, to make sure that the mental health of the people who are stuck inside a dark tunnel for 17 days, their mental health remains under control. And that is something that the rescuers, they claim that they have been successful in doing. Not only this, but also making sure that the health of these people remain intact, because initially for the first 9 days, these people had no access whatsoever to any sort of solid food. And then that breakthrough happened, in which the lifeline pipe was drilled through, and that is from where this entire story changed. There was a lot of motivation, people got motivated, and from there we saw that how today we are reporting on the 17th day finally that the breakthrough has been achieved, and within the next few hours this rescue operation will come to an end, something that we all were wishing for.
Something that we're all wishing for. Thoughts and prayers with the family members. Of course, everybody who's working on the ground to ensure that this operation comes to a closure in a positive way. It is completed successfully.